I'm just trying to figure out, does that mean that it is something that anybody with the PIA request then has access to, so it is available to everybody in the county, or is it something that belongs to the county, it's proprietary to the county, and cannot be used by anybody except for the county?
We'll get that information to the entire court.
In the Elevate contract, there obviously the one-person shop can't handle all of the work that is to be required. They're gonna have to.
I'm sorry, but you're mischaracterizing this. You well know it's not a one-person shop, and we
Just
also
this time it is a one-person shop.
It's not though, and so maybe Dwight or
let me finish my statement, Judge, and then maybe you'll come into compliance with your view.
We can't start with a bold-faced lie, which you're pitching to the
Judge. I take umbrage at calling that a bold-faced lie.
You know
I am
it's
not lying, Your Honor. I pay you respect. Now I may have a different perspective from you, but I am not lying.
Okay,
you say that
one-person firm, Commissioner. Are you perhaps you're not aware? So let me make you aware. This is a firm that worked. Let me start from the beginning because here are the facts. The facts are this firm was selected by a committee that I had no idea who the firms were that applied. I didn't know who was selected until the person was selected. The vendor was selected. Once the vendor was selected, I learned it was the same vendor that did some of our census outreach, which was very robust. That could not have been done by a one-person firm. In fact, this is a entity that coordinates many different entities. They're working with nationally acclaimed organizations on this contract. This is a contract for a multifaceted strategy. And you'll see they have door knockers, they have surveys, they have ads. One person out of whatever it is you're alleging, I frankly haven't watched the deal about this, whatever y'all are making up. One person can't do that on their own.
All making up.
One
Again,
person's
Judge,
going door knocking.
Accusation.
Okay, so a one-person firm out of an apartment is just, going knocking on all these doors.
No, they can't.
No, it's not the case, Commissioner. And they did the census outreach, just one person.
Who are the subs that they're going to use? Who is monitoring the subs? And are we going to approve those subs? Because they can't, as you mentioned yourself, you said they coordinate. If they're coordinating other contractors to do this job, who approves the subs? That's the question.
This is part of the RFP. I didn't select it on my own. And Commissioner, all I did was receive a recommendation from an RFP committee that went through the process that all of these things go through. And we can ask Dwight about that. And then this vendor was selected. You guys talk about MWBE. This is a woman and local firm. I do not know this person other than they did the census work. And from what I know, they did a good job at it. That's what I know about this firm and the principle on it.
Will we get to know
of all the members of court, Commissioner, and in fact any local official I know, I have made the commitment not to take contributions from people who do business with the county, nor anybody that plans to take a contribution from anyone who does business with the county within a year. So I have no personal interest nor political interest in any of this. And I am not shy about dismissing vendors, nor is the court. I mean, none of us are, about dismissing vendors that don't perform. We haven't been. None of us have been. When someone doesn't perform, it's made clear. This vendor, Public Health, is working hard, as I've been hammering from day one, which wasn't here before I got here, to make sure that there's progress reports and that there's metrics and that there's an evaluation. And so that's coming. This vendor's providing a weekly update. Surely they can send it to you guys. Maybe you guys are already receiving it. You know that this is a principle. It's just like you pick whoever else does the census was Mustafa Tamiz to pick a name. So you're going to say he's a one-person shop out to find his address, his apartment? Come on now. You know that's not how it works. This is a vendor, but I don't know.
They will be using subs. Do we get to know who the subs are?
That's a question for purchasing or public health. I don't look, man. I have no eggs on this other than I'm responsible for the response. The response has been successful. The vaccination rates are up. We are recognized. When the federal government came to say you guys need to do A, B, C, D, E, we had done A through E. And now we're leading on this gift card issue. We've led on disparities. The vaccinations that public health has distributed are so much better than the vaccinations that or the demographic distributions of those vaccinations are so much better than the demographic distributions of any other provider. We are touted around the country for our response. Since this vendor came online, our vaccine participation has only increased. And so again, like I mean, I get it. Everyone wants to be political, and I guess it's fair game, but from what I can tell, my team just sent me, there's over 65 people on the team. And if you want to know who and what, Commissioner, you wouldn't know that about your own, and this isn't my contract, this is public health thing that was selected, but you well know this is not one person out of whatever it is you guys are pitching. And here's the thing is, when you guys pitch those lies, that's the stuff that becomes threats, because you're telling your constituents, making this up when you know I don't take contributions from these vendors. You know, like,
Judge, I've not accused you of taking
my finance report
contributions.
hasn't changed at all. My personal financial statement hasn't changed in 3 years. My commitment in my campaign hasn't changed in 3 years. Show me where. I will put my record against yours any day. And in fact, let me pull up some numbers here because I have them, Commissioner Cagle. You, on the other hand, $235,500 from 33 companies or their PACs in the first half of 2021 only who do business with the county. What's that about? Commissioner Ramsey, $131,000 from 22 companies or their PACs in the first half of 2021 alone who do business with the county. So spare me the outrage, because you know you're making this up.
Do we get to know who the subs are, Judge, or not?
Like, yeah, who answers these questions normally? Dwight, public health?
I can answer,
Yeah,
Judge.
go for
I
it.
can get that information to the commissioner. There are, the proposals themselves had information in there as far as who's going to collaborate with individuals, and they're ramping up their actual services now, Commissioner. So they may be adding individuals, and I'll provide that information to your office working with public health.
Thank you for answering or promising to answer the question.
Yes, sir. I'll take care of it.
Commissioner Cagle, thank you for asking the question. I think we'll get a bit more detail in the next meeting. Look forward to that next meeting.
And you'll bring it on, because there is nothing here. Commissioner Garcia?
Thank you.
Other than an appropriate COVID response and someone who's gone to lengths to even avoid the appearance of a conflict of interest. So bring it.
Thank you, Judge. And I think it just shows that there was a process we all had confidence in.
Yeah, I remember what was said before that vote. Certainly didn't know it was an $11 million contract. There was no discussion on the amount. Did not know many things on the contract related to the financial standards were and whether they were waived or not waived. You know, it's probably worth vetting again, and we can do that at the next meeting.
What financial standards are you talking about, Commissioner? I mean, we're checking if there was an $11 million discussion, but I remember so well that we talked about the phasing, and so public health is offering it in phases, the payment in phases, just so they can verify the performance, because all 5 of us felt very strongly about it. So I'm pretty sure the amount was discussed. And I mean, I think Commissioner Garcia not knowing that he knew this person just shows, I mean, I didn't know this person was being selected or was even applying for it. That's the point of the RFP. And if you guys are going to say we want local vendors, but also we can't hire anyone who's ever worked with any of us, I mean,
That'll exclude a lot of local companies, Judge. That'll exclude a lot of companies.
I have no love lost for nothing to do with this group other than we need to do the vaccine outreach. And
Judge,
token look all you like, Commissioner, but
Judge,
because I don't take contributions from these folks, I didn't know this woman, she came onto the census.
Your
I
Honor,
didn't find anything. Yeah.
You accused me of telling a lie by describing this lady as a one-person shop. I have the current website of Elevate Strategies. And when it says company size, I quote, myself only. That is from their website. You accused me of lying. Judge?
Yes,
Stop.
when you say this is a one-person shop working out of an apartment and you know that's what's being reported, and you heard the caller earlier, that some conspiracy theory about that I'm not
Their
deceiving me.
website, Judge.
This
Their
is-
words.
Okay, they have a 65-person team. They have a 60.
Their
Do I-
website.
okay,
You called me a liar.
because you're out there implying that this is a woman working out of an apartment and you know that's a lie. It's not true.
It is not a lie, Judge.
You
The
hear-
website, the
okay.
words are confusing to you. Myself only.
Point of order, Judge, I've got a question.
Commissioner, I understand that we hold ourselves to different ethical standards. And so when I start pointing out, I will put my record in front of yours. And I get that it's a sore spot for you. So let's go at it. Let's go at it. But you know that this is not, you know that this is about the response and how hard I've worked on this response. You guys all well know I go to lengths to have nothing to do with people who do business with the county. Nothing. I don't take their money for my political campaign. I mean, that's about as far as I can go. My personal assets, you guys can find them. Nothing has increased in the time I've been in office. There's just, please bring it. Please bring it. So what are you trying to say? To make things up? Why? Because I'm working day and night for the COVID response. We need to increase uptake of the vaccine. We put out an RFP to do grassroots work. Somebody was selected, and then someone is deciding to do a political hit job. And hey, it's politics, okay? If that's how you want to play it, play it. I think this is different from someone attacking my security. This is politics. I get it. But I have to defend my record. And I have to defend my ethics. And when you guys are peddling stories and peddling to your constituents conspiracy theories, I gotta set the record straight. So I don't know what else to tell you. I can have public health and Dwight walk you through all of the various people involved because I do not know. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't. Yes.
Just a question for Dwight in terms of what is the MWB requirement on this? Dwight?
While he gets on, let me just make the point. We'll hold
Sorry.
this firm and our public health is to the same standards as any other firm. And good luck trying to show any connection between me and a vendor because I go to lengths to not have any. So
Commis-
Dwight?
I'm sorry, Judge.